Alright, what is going on, guys? It is Benny, and today I'm going to be showing you guys the best mortar deck for every single champion and showing you how to use it. So if you have a champion that you want to use but maybe you haven't seen a deck for it, I will be showing you guys the unbiased best deck. And for our first deck, we are going to be using Gobstein. For no particular reason, I just felt like doing it first, so that's what we're going to be rocking with here. Now, I also want to say this was actually recommended by somebody who commented, and I think it was an awesome idea, but that does go to show if you guys have a video idea that you think everybody else would like to see or that you think would be a good idea, feel free to let me know down in the comments, and if I can, I will make it happen because, you know, obviously you guys are a lot smarter than I am and some of these ideas are awesome. Now, it looks like we are going to get a mortar lock right off the start there. I'm going to get my spear goblins right here. We want to play kind of spammy and quick with this deck, and we really want to try to take advantage of our evil bats. That's going to be one of the best things that we can do, as well as using our Gobstein and just kind of taking advantage of it. Now, you might be wondering, when should you use your Gobstein as like splitting it in the back, and when should you put it in the same lane? The kind of way that I like to see it is if we're playing in one lane constantly for the entire match, I will probably play my Gobstein like this into the same lane. Now, if they have a lot of defensive cards, so you'll see here this guy has Valkyrie, and sometimes that can be quite annoying. So what I might do is I might split my Gobstein. I'll put the Scientist on this side to help out, and then I can use my Goblin Gang or my Bats or my Bait to go onto this side, and that's the time when you want to split lanes. The other, like, I really wouldn't split your Gobstein up if you're not going to do that. The other time that you can do it as well is if they have Lightning, so that's just something to keep in mind. But overall, I do personally prefer to play my Gobstein into the same lane if possible, just because that Gobstein ability can come in clutch sometimes. Now, that Firecracker is so annoying, so let's get a King Tower activation here and just be done with it so that we can also take out the Hog Rider pretty easily. And then I think I want to slow it down a tiny bit. Okay, that was a crazy log. I'm going to be honest, I'm not really sure what was up with that. I want to start my cannon card in the back as much as possible here, just because I know he has that Hog Rider, and every time we do it, he can't really play that Hog Rider aggressively. Okay, he's going to try to predict with the Inferno Tower at the bridge. Because he did that, let's go for a Mortar here. Although he does have the Earthquake, so that's a little bit annoying, but maybe we can get a bit of splash onto the tower. We do. That's beautiful. He's going to log. I'm curious. I'll go for the Gobstein into the opposite lane, and then let's actually use the Spear Goblins there. The reason why I didn't Goblin Gang is because I was worried that he would get a Valkyrie down in time, but because he just used his Firecracker, let's actually go in with the Evil Bats. And then he might be cooked here. Let's go for the Goblin Gang into this opposite lane. The Scientist is going to do its thing, as well as the Cannon card. He had the Defensive Earthquake, which is also awesome. Let's get the Mortar this side, because he has to use all that elixir to defend. That's crazy that the Cannon isn't in range there of the tower, but that's okay. And then let's go ahead, let's get a Goblin Gang going onto this side. He's going to play the Hog Rider. We just need one more Mortar shot, and we are going to get some really good damage, and then I can just play the Miner there, get some arrows on the tower, and we are going to get the win. So let's give him a good game, give him a good luck, and let's go on into the next. Alright guys, for our next deck, we are going to be using Little Prince with Mortar. Now, I have to say that this deck is a little bit higher skill, so if you start playing it and you're finding that you're having a bit of trouble, don't worry. I promise you, almost everybody has trouble when they first start playing it. And I also want to say, some people like to use Evil Ice Spirit and Evil Valkyrie instead of Evil Mortar and E-Spirit. It's completely up to you guys, whatever you prefer. I prefer Evil Mortar personally. It just kind of plays, I feel like, into my strengths a bit more, so you know, that's one thing. But whatever you guys prefer, go for it. I did not mean to play that E-Spirit. That's kind of crazy. I think I'm going to Defensive Mortar here just because he has the Barbarians going in. I don't really have a good counter to them right now, so we'll just get the Defensive Mortar down to deal with that. And then maybe I'll play my Skeletons to keep the Defensive Mortar alive as well. And we are not in a bad position. He's going to go for the pump, so I'm just going to rocket right on that, as well as get some great tower damage, so that's good. But that does put us down by 1 elixir, so that is one thing that we do need to kind of keep in mind for sure. Now, ooh, that sucks actually. He has the Archer Queen as well, so he's going to bait out our rocket with the pump, and then use that Archer Queen to get the 3-card cycle. What do I want to do here? I think I'm going to Valkyrie on the Archer Queen. Actually, no, let's go ahead, let's log, and then let's do the E-Spirit, and then he's going to pop the Archer Queen ability. Let's get the Valkyrie down now. Thankfully, we did get it down in time. We just wanted to delay as much as possible so that we could get a little bit of a counter push capability there in case he tried to play something into that lane. And then I will pop the Little Prince ability just to keep it alive. Then we'll have the Guardian going in as well, so he's gonna have to deal with that. Okay, he's gonna Battle Ram there. Let's go ahead, let's get the Mortar down right here. Ooh, this is not good. This is actually quite bad. The Evil Mortar isn't even going to shoot, so that's great. Let's get the Evil Valkyrie down right here, and then Holy crap. Okay, let's get the skeletons here. Oh, okay, that actually worked out really well. We did not get slammed there. I thought we were in a lot of trouble, but this is going to be quite the interesting defensive matchup, I think. We'll get the rocket off to get rid of that pump. The evil battle ram is about to be in cycles, so that's something that we do have to keep in mind. I'll get the little prince going here because we'll get that 3-card cycle, and then we can use our evil our Valkyrie, sorry, just into the other lane there. Ice Spirit or Heal Spirit is going to heal up a little bit. That's okay. We'll play the skeletons here. Let's go ahead. Let's pop the ability. Let's get the Valk down right here. And then let's log to interrupt that battle ram. Make sure that it doesn't get on the tower. We will defend that. No problem. Let's get another Mortar down here. And then let's cycle the Ice Spirit. See if we, or E-Spirit. So see if we can get some damage onto the tower. Let's go ahead and let's do this here. Let's get this down. He's going to go for the pump. I guess I gotta rocket that again. Hopefully we can get the pump down before it gives him another bit of elixir. So we are going to get that down. That's good. He's going to start the Archer Queen in the back. So let's just go ahead. Let's Little Prince right here. And then the Battle Ram, I'm not worried about at all. We can literally just use the E-Spirit and then some skeletons to deal with that. We can do this here. Let's go ahead and get the Evil Valk down. And then let's get the E-Spirit again. Let's pop the Little Prince ability. Thankfully, we did get it off in time, so that's good. Let's go ahead. Let's log on the Archer Queen there. And then, I'm going to let it get a shot on the tower if it needs to. That's no big deal. Let's get the Evil Mortar down because that's going to come in huge here. Let's get this down. Oh, hold up. We got to pull that towards the middle. So we're going to use the E-Spirit to interrupt it. That could have been very bad, but we will defend that push pretty easily. And then I guess I'll get another defensive Mortar down. He's going to go for the high Archer Queen. And then what do I want to do here? Let's get the Valkyrie here. Let's get a Little Prince into this lane to help out with the Archer Queen. Let's go ahead. Let's get the E-Spirit down here. And then that Archer Queen will get interrupted. I'm actually going to let the Little Prince go down so we can cycle to a new one. Let's get another defensive Mortar down right here. That Valkyrie is going to help out with the Battle Ram. Let's get a Little Prince down right here to deal with all of this. And then I guess we can go ahead and let's go for an Evil Mortar onto this side. And then let's actually go for the rocket right here. Let's go ahead and we will take that out, and then I can go ahead and just get the Valkyrie down right here. Let's get an E-Spirit down. Let's get the defensive Mortar to pull that into the middle. Let's get another Valkyrie down to deal with all of that spam that he's getting down here. We do get the Mortar shot. We definitely didn't need it, but I will take that no matter what. Let's get the Little Prince ability popping, and then let's go ahead. We got the E-Spirit there. Let's get the Bandit to pull into the middle there with the skeletons, and then let's get a Valkyrie right here. And that is going to be a very nice win. Holy crap, I am happy with that. That was like a defensive masterpiece. Oh my goodness. Okay, well, let's go on into the next deck. Alright guys, for our next deck, we are going to be playing Monk Mortar, and I have to say that Monk Mortar right now, it's actually not terrible in the meta because of the Evil Witch, but if there's two champions that I would say are typically not meta with Mortar, it would be Mighty Miner and it would be Monk. And that's not to say that they're bad. Honestly, if you're not an Ultimate Champion, there's really no reason not to use these decks if you're good with them, you know, if you enjoy them. So I would say that like 100% go for it. Don't let that discourage you, because you know, before Ultimate Champion, I think people don't realize that like there's actually people in the top 1000 that literally just use decks that they're really good with, right? And that's enough to get into the top 1000 sometimes. So you can use almost anything and get there. I've seen some crazy decks. The most important thing is just like once you get to Ultimate Champion, there are subtle changes in the meta that can make a difference in some interactions, and so that's why you see like certain meta decks. But below Ultimate Champion, honestly guys, it's more important to be good with a deck than it is to have a meta deck. But regardless, the Monk, probably not the strongest of the champions with Mortar compared to the other ones right now. Let's go ahead and get the Witch down right here to deal with that Prince, and then I think we can kind of just chill out for a second. I'm going to get the Skeleton Barrel down here, and then actually we have a pretty good push going here because he's going to have to deal with the Witch. Oh my gosh, the Mega Knight is just going to ruin my day. But we do have the Skeleton Barrel. That's going to keep the Witch alive for a second. So let's actually get a Berserker down right here. Oh my gosh, we're going to get some crazy damage there. That is amazing. And then the Witch definitely did her thing against that Mega Knight. I'm going to see if I can get away with not playing anything. I don't want to go too aggressive, so even if the Mega Knight gets on my tower, it's not a big deal. But we are actually going to stop it from getting there, which is good. Now, the biggest thing with this deck usually would be using your Witch and your Monk and then popping the ability and just spamming and trying to use your bait cards. But I think we got him down in Elixir the first time we did that, and we were able to get a pretty decent push going because of that. Now, I'm almost tempted to pop my Monk ability here, just to get the damage on the tower, so then we don't have to fireball. Okay, that didn't even work, so that was a pretty stupid play. He's going to play the Archer Queen. That's okay. I'm gonna get a Witch down here. Ooh. Okay, let's get the Berserker down here. He's going to use his arrows, not a big deal. Let's cycle the Skeleton Barrel here, I guess, and then we can just play the Mortar right here to pull all of that. We might take some damage here. Oh my gosh, that Prince didn't even get on the tower. That's huge. And then Bandit will get on the tower, but that's okay. I'm not worried about that. What do I want to do here? I'm almost tempted to play into the same lane as him, because I think if he plays that Mega Knight, we could really get punished. So let's start the Witch in the back here. That's beautiful. And then I can actually just Fireball right there on the Archer Queen. Might as well get that damage there as well as get the tower down. Then I'll play the Monk right here. Let's go ahead. Let's pop the Monk ability in case he tries to play anything else. Monk ability is going to stop him from getting jumped anywhere, which is beautiful. And the Archer Queen will go down. Pretty solid defense there, and we will get the win. So let's give him a good game. Give him a good luck and go on into. Alright, for our next champion, we are going to be using the Mighty Miner. And I just have to say, guys, that out of all of the champions, even including Monk, in this meta right now, I would say this is my least favorite champion to play with Mortar. It's not bad. If you're in the lower ladder ranges, 100% it's going to be worth using. Anytime you can use a champion, the value there is just going to be insane. But I did kind of feel like this one, you know, Mighty Miner kind of struggles, I think, against a lot of decks, at least right now in Mortar. And I feel like it's just not as good as certain champions, the way it gels with things. And so that's kind of just something that I'm thinking. Now, I had a bit of a dilemma, because I was, oh my gosh, holy crap, okay, that sucks. But I had a bit of a dilemma, because I wasn't sure whether Hog Mortar or Miner Poison would be better, and after playing some matches, I've decided to show you guys Miner Poison. And the reason for that is, honestly, Hog Mortar, I feel like it kind of struggles against a lot of decks, and I feel like especially as you kind of start to get higher, Hog Mortar just isn't really there in the meta, whereas Miner Poison is one of those decks that you can be fairly confident that at some point or whatever, it's going to be decent for you, you know? So that was just kind of my thought process there. I think Miner Poison is always going to be one of those decks that if you master it, you can do well no matter what. So that's why I wanted to include it. Now, he's going to play the Firecracker there, but I think we have a decent counter push going here. I'm actually going to go in quite aggressive here and go with the Wall Breakers as well as the Miner there. We are tanking the Dark Goblin, which is huge, and we'll take that out. So we're going to get some great damage here. And that's all because he went super, super aggressive with the first drill. So that's kind of crazy. Now I'm going to show you guys a tip if we're able to take this tower. Fingers crossed. But I'm going to show you a tip. The one kind of redeeming thing I think there is about Mighty Miner is there is something crazy, crazy strong that you can do when you take your opponent's tower. And so I'll show you guys that. It's where you play it in the pocket. I'm sure some of you guys know about it already. Let's go ahead and play the Evil Mortar right here. I'm curious. This guy actually might have given up already. So I'll still show you guys the tip regardless here. So let's go ahead, let's play the Miner here. And so what you do is you get the Mighty Miner as low as you can. Obviously your opponent's probably defending the left side if you have the Mortar there. You wait, and then you pop the Mighty Miner ability right here, and you're going to get it right on your opponent's tower. It's going to lock on the tower almost no matter what, even if they try to defend it, and you're going to get that tower down really quickly. But let's go on to the next champ. Alright guys, the next champion up is the Golden Prince, and honestly he is crazy right now in the meta, or the Golden Knight, sorry, I don't know why I said the Golden Prince, that's kind of crazy. But the Golden Knight, he's crazy in this meta right now. He's going to be good in pretty much any deck, so you could swap him into pretty much anything. You know, with Mortar Bait you can use him with Mortar Graveyard, which is actually my favorite to use him with. There's just a lot of different options that you can 100% take advantage of. Now, I'm going to have to Bar Barrel here. I'm hoping that we get the King Tower activation out of that Firecracker, so that will be good. And then because we have the Inferno Dragon there, let's just go ahead and play the Mortar, kind of get that offensive play going there. And then I think I'm going to Mother Witch here actually to help take all of this out, especially because the Mortar will kind of splash onto everything. So that's good. He does have the Dark Goblin down though, so that's going to really put a damper on my push there. Let's play the Golden Knight ability there just to make it more annoying, so he does have to defend it. Boom, boom. Take all of that out. Pretty good kite by him there though. And then we will get some Golden Knight damage. That's awesome. Now, what do I want to do? I don't think I can let that go. I think I'm going to have to counter it, although the Inferno Dragon is not the greatest counter, but I needed to cycle, so we can just Bar Barrel there. We're going to defend all of that. That's good. Okay, the recruits are going to be a bit of a challenge, I think, here. Okay, he's going to play the Firecracker. Interesting little play there. And then we're going to actually get some really good damage. I'm tempted to let that Firecracker go. But actually, no, I'm going to play Defensive Mortar. I'm going to play it really low so that the Firecracker does get shot by the tower. And then we don't have to worry about it too much. And then if he plays the Recruits, then we're good. He's going to start the Recruits in the back. I'm going to start an E-Giant in the back because that push is going to do its thing against his push here. And then he's feeling pretty happy about that, which I respect. I'm happy for him. He's going to play the wall breakers there. Let's go ahead. Let's just pop the ability right here. Boom, take all of that out, and then let's actually tornado the Dark Goblin right here into the E-Giant, and then let's go ahead. Let's bar barrel here. I know I'm taking a bit of a risk by doing that. We're going to take some damage from those skeletons, but we do have the King Tower activation. And then, so we're going to get some really good damage there, actually. Let's go ahead. Let's do this right here, and then let's get the Golden Knight down here, and then let's hopefully pop it in time. Come on, go off, please. Boom, boom. Love to see it. That's going to bail us out. That guy is happy right now. Oh, no, we just misplayed our Mortar. That's so sad. Let's pop the Golden Knight ability here. The good thing is the Dagger Duchess is out of ammo, so that one pig is going to go off. Let's go ahead and get the E-Giant in front of this now, because you know, he's just going so aggressive. We can go ahead, we can go for the tornado here, and then we had the bar barrel as well. And we are going to get the E-Giant onto the tower, so this guy is cooked. We are going to get the win despite the misplay, and we got to BM him a little bit here. Alright guys, for our next champion, it's going to be the Archer Queen, and I have to say that this deck is definitely, or at least Archer Queen in general, is one of those cards that you want to play in cycle decks a little bit more. So it's really good defensively, and so we're going to be playing it in Minor Poison, but every deck that uses Archer Queen is going to be a cycle deck, so if you're trying to decide if you want to put it in your deck, that's kind of the way that you want to make that decision. Now my Archer Queen is level 14, and I have no desire to give Supercell more money and level it up, because it's so expensive to level up champions. So we're just going to be rocking with an under-leveled Archer Queen here, and I'm okay with that, whatever. Now we will defend against that boss bandit pretty well. I think I am going to have to get the Valkyrie down here, just because she becomes freaking immune as soon as she's about to dash. So we will defend that, but I hate that elixir exchange every single time. Okay, let's go ahead. Let's play the Archer Queen here. This is going to be actually pretty good value to go for that log, because then we can take out the Suspicious Bush as well as the Dark Goblin, so we'll be okay. And then he's going to play his Princess. Let's pop the Archer Queen ability, because we're going to get some good value. Obviously, he played the Goblin Gang, and so now we don't have to counter it, so that's good. And then I'll play my guards right here to deal with that Princess, and we'll kind of chill out. The good thing about playing Minor Poison as well is as the match wears on, that's when, you know, you start to have more of an advantage. Let's go ahead, let's do this. We did mistime that Mortar a tiny bit, but I'm going to use the Ice Spirit to take out the Dark Goblin, or freeze it so that we can take it out, and then he might go for the wall breakers here, so I'm going to have my Valkyrie ready. There's the wall breakers, so let's do the Valkyrie right there, and then I'm going to log here, and all of that should get taken out. And so we're good there, and I'm going to slow down a little bit just because I don't know if we're down in elixir necessarily, but I don't love how much elixir we have, especially because he has Boss Bandit. Now, we have good damage on that right side, so that is the lane that we are going to want to attack. So I'll get the miner there on the tower, just get a bit of chip damage there, and then let's go for the Mortar right here, actually. Let's pull that Suspicious Bush, and then let's get the Archer Queen down right here. And so she'll do her thing. Let's go ahead and let's get the Valkyrie right here, and then let's, oh, I was hoping to pop the ability, but I don't think we're going to get away with that. I'm going to play the Ice Spirit here to deal with those wall breakers. If one connects, it's okay, it's not a big deal. And then we can just log right here for really good value. Let's go ahead and get the Mortar down, and then let's get some guards down here, and then honestly, I think we're just going to have to eat those wall breakers again, unfortunately. That's not good. Let's pop the Archer Queen ability here, get some great damage down on everything. And then let's get the Valkyrie here to tank. And we will take out that Boss Bandit, which is good. And then let's go for the Miner right here. And then let's actually go for a Poison as well. So we're going to do that. And then I want to pop the Archer Queen ability. Come on, let's hopefully get it off in time. Oh, we almost got it off. That would have been huge if we could have done it. Let's just get the guards right here to deal with all of this, and then I think I'm going to play the Valkyrie right here to deal with that bush. So we'll do that. Boom, Valkyrie should take it out. And then, what do I want to do here? Let's get a defensive Mortar down, actually. And then let's get a high Archer Queen here just to get something flowing. And then, ooh, hold up. That's not good. Let's pop the Archer Queen ability, and then let's get this stuff right here. And then we do have our Evil Valk, so we can use that defensively. So let's do the Evil Valk right here. I'm going to ignore those wall breakers. And then let's go ahead, let's get the Mortar down right here, because we have a decent counter push. And then let's go ahead, let's log here, and then get the Ice Spirit down. And then that Dark Goblin will go down. Let's get the Archer Queen right here. Let's go ahead and pop the Archer Queen ability to get rid of that Valkyrie. We should get a lock on the tower here. Okay, this is huge. Let's go ahead and get the Valkyrie in front of this now to protect that mortar. Let's get the guards down right here, and we're starting to get into the territory where we 100% could go for a minor poison cycle. So let's get the miner on the tower. Let's go ahead and play the poison now. We do have a goblin that's hitting the tower as well, and I think we might get the win off of this, or at least we're going to be really close. We just have to make sure that we don't get you know, absolutely slammed here in a second. Let's go ahead, let's pop the Archer Queen ability, and then let's get the Valkyrie down right here. Let's get a log down on this side. We are going to catch the wall breakers as well, which is huge, though he's probably going to get a connection with those. Let's go ahead and do this here, and then we can log right here. Let's get a miner on the tower now, and then let's get an Ice Spirit down here. Let's get the guards here as well, make sure that he doesn't get that on the tower. Let's get the poison down, and then I think we're just going to need a log. Let's get the Valkyrie here. I'm going to play it safe. I am going to log right here, actually make sure that those wall breakers don't get on the tower. Then I'll just go for another miner, and then we can play the poison, and that's going to be a win. Alright guys, for the next deck, or for the next champion I guess I should say, we're going to be using the Boss Bandit, and you know, it's kind of, this is going to be very similar to the Skeleton King deck. It's pretty much the exact same thing. Now I also want to say my Boss Bandit is freaking level 13, and again, I have no desire to level it up, so we're just going to thug it out here with an under-leveled Boss Bandit, and hopefully we can make something happen. So we'll see how that goes. I didn't want to speed level it because I haven't been buying the Battle Pass or anything, so you know, certain decks have definitely suffered because of that, or certain cards to level up. He's going to play the E-Giant here, so I'm just going to play the Cannon cart. Now, the major difference between this one and the Skeleton King deck is we're not using Spirit Goblins, we're going to use Mother Witch, because there isn't as much incentive to use cheap cards that charge up, you know, like with that one you want to charge up the Skeleton King ability. With this one, there isn't really that incentive, so the Mother Witch is a really nice way to kind of counter a lot of the spammy cards that people might play to stop your Boss Bandit and really put them in an elixir deficit. So we'll get the Mother Witch there. She's going to take out the baby dragon and maybe get us a little bit of extra damage there, some bonus damage, which is always nice. And then let's get the bats down right here to deal with that knight so that we don't have to do anything else. And then I'm going to kind of chill out, I think. Actually, you know what? No, I'm not. I'm going to go for the mortar here. I'm going to go aggressive because I'm feeling risky and I'm feeling dangerous. And then I'll play the Boss Bandit here to deal with that Barb Barrel, as well as these Spear Goblins. So the Boss Bandit should take out the Goblin Hut, which is good. And then we might get the Mortar Lock here. So she's going to dash, and he's going to play the E-Giant. Let's go ahead and pop the Boss Bandit ability here to get a little bit more damage onto that E-Giant. And then I'll play the Cannon cart right here. And that should defend. He might go for a lightning or something. As you can see, went for the tornado. Not a big deal at all. I'll go for the miner. I guess I could have gone for the Barb Barrel though, realistically, but that's okay. I'm not super worried about that. Evil Knight. Okay, let me think. What do we want to do here? I think the best thing that we can do, honestly, is kind of keep pressing this guy, because he has such an expensive deck. I'm going to play the Mortar right here in case he goes for an E-Giant, because then the E-Giant has to walk around here. And then he's going to play the Goblin Hut. Let's just get a Mother Witch down right here and get some piggies going. And then it doesn't look like we'll get the Mortar Lock, but that's okay. Let's get the Boss Bandit down, get that 3-card cycle going. He's going to go for a pretty aggressive E-Giant. Let's wait for him to use his Tornado, or okay, he's going to do that, which is actually going to help us because the Cannon card is going to stop it from getting on the tower, and then we can just go ahead and get the Miner. We have the Evil Bats there. Let's go ahead, let's pop the Boss Bandit ability. Because it's level 13, it's going to go down. But this deck is so strong that with a level 13 Boss Bandit, I am still cooking this guy low-key. We'll use the Goblin Gang to defend, and then one more Mortar Shot would be amazing, and it looks like we will get it, so let's give him a good game, give him a good luck, and go on into the next champ. Alright you guys, and for the last deck, we are going to be using none other than the Skeleton King Cannon card deck, which is 100% probably the best deck that you can use with Skeleton King, probably the best Mortar deck that you can use in general, honestly, right now. So we're going to be having some fun with that. He's going to play the Executioner. Not too worried about that, in my opinion. I can just play the Skeleton King here, and you know, this deck is kind of my specialty, so I'm feeling pretty confident about this. Oh my gosh, and never mind, he's gonna play Mega Knight in the back when we were not expecting it, which is not good. Let's go ahead and get the Ice Wizard down here. Now the biggest thing is making sure that you really take advantage of using your Ice Wizard and your Cannon card. What is going on? Okay, that's insane. Let's get the Mortar up here to pull everything and keep that Cannon card alive a little bit longer, and then I need that Lumberjack to go down. That's actually the one thing that I'm most worried about here. Let's use our Ooh, I didn't mean to Goblin Gang there, I'm going to be honest, but we can just use our arrows there, and we will get some elixir back. And then let's get the Skeleton King down here to help take out that Mother Witch, or Night Witch, sorry, so that we don't take too much damage. Pretty solid defense. He's going to play an Executioner, and that's just going to ruin my frickin' day. Let's pop the Skeleton King ability, though, because maybe we can get that Executioner down, so then we don't have to counter it. Beautiful. Looks like it will get slammed. And then we'll get a little bit of chip damage out of the Skeletons as well, so that's great value. That I'm happy with. Now, him having the Mega Knight and the Eagle, and that's a bit of a curveball, because I don't, oh my gosh, what is going on here? Okay, well, it's good that we played the Mortar, because now he's not going to have enough elixir to get a Mega Knight down, which is very good. Let's go ahead, let's play the cannon card here, and then, what do I want to do? I think I'm just going to chill for a second. Everything should get taken down quite easily. Let's get the Skeleton King down here, though, to take out the rest of the Elixir Golem. And then he might try to play an Executioner, actually, so maybe I won't play my bats behind the Skeleton King. Maybe I'll wait for him to play the Executioner, and then I'll go for the Evil Bats into the opposite lane in a second here. Let's go ahead, let's play the Defensive Mortar. I'm really hoping that he doesn't have Lightning. That was actually a really smart Executioner. Oh, come on. Okay, well, he does have Lightning, so we figured that one out. Let's go ahead, let's get the Evil Bats going into here along with the Miner, and then what do we want to do? Okay, he does have arrows as well, so that's going to put even more of a damper on my day. This guy's deck is like my least favorite thing I've ever dealt with. Him having the Lightning as well is actually really, really like unfortunate for us. I'll play the Ice Wizard here, but I don't know how I'm going to defend this, especially if he hits me with that Lightning in a second here. Let's go ahead and do this, and then I just need to make sure that that Executioner doesn't lock onto the tower. Ooh, okay, hold up. We got to get this down. Let's go ahead and get the Mortar down here, and then let's pop the Skeleton King ability, I guess, just to help take out those recruits. But he is going to play the Mega Knight, so that's going to suck. Let's get the Goblin Gang right here. He's going to play another Eagle, and let's just go ahead. Let's get the Bats there to do their thing, and then let's play the High Mortar to stop that Eagle from getting on the tower. I don't want to play anything else yet because I don't want to give him any value from that Lightning. And then let's go with a cannon card at the bridge on this side. Then I'm going to play the Skeleton King up high here. Let's get an Ice Wizard down. How do we want to do this? He's probably going to go for the Mega Knight on that side. Let's pop the Skeleton King ability here, because that Mega Knight's coming down, right? So I'm waiting for that Mega Knight there. There it is. Now let's go ahead and get the Evil Bats down here. And then I guess I got to get the Miner right here. Hopefully we can stop the Mega Knight. Let's do that. The arrows are not going to come out in time, which is good. And then let's get the cannon cart going right here on this side. And then okay, let's get the Skeleton King down right here. And then, what do I want to do? I guess we'll play the Evil Mortar right here. Let's go ahead and get a Goblin Gang down on this side, because he played the Executioner. Let's wait and see what he does. Let's get another cannon card down here. Let's pop the Skeleton King ability. Let's go ahead and get some arrows here to help take all of this out as well. That is beautiful, so we're going to get the Mortar lock on that side, as well as have the cannon cart there. He just had to use his Lightning, so now let's go ahead. Let's play the Skeleton King down. We need to kind of push both lanes here. Let's go ahead and get a Miner on this side, and then let's get the Mortar on this side, and then let's go ahead, let's pop the ability here. Let's get the Goblin Gang going in, and he's going to go for another E-Golem, so that's okay. Let's get another Miner on the tower here. Ooh, we can't let any of those Elixir Golems get any shots. We got the Miner on the tower. Hopefully we can get enough damage. He might get the Lightning off. Let's get the Bats down. Oh my gosh, we got the win against a really annoying deck and made the comeback. Thank you so much for watching, guys. I really appreciate it, and I cannot wait to see you guys in the next one.